Hey YouTube, how you doing? Well, let's see, it's Monday night. It is supposed to get down to 12 degrees tonight, which will be the absolute coldest night I've ever spent in the van. So this ought to be fun. But I've got my battery fully charged. At least it will be by the time I get where I'm going. So I will be able to use the 12-volt electric blanket as much as I need to. I mean, I could put the propane heater on. It's just that probably get a little too warm, but I think Thursday night is supposed to be -2 degrees at night. So we're finally getting some real New England cold weather. So it'll be a good test of the sleeping bag and everything. I think I have some of those hand warmer things. I should probably pack those in the van and keep those handy. And even if I just like put them on my shoulders, that's really the only thing that gets cold, is a little bit of draft down on my shoulders. And I do have a mask that I can wear, you know, with just the opening like that. So I'll put that on. So I will let you know how it goes in the morning if I survive the night. Alrighty, talk to you later. Take care. So I went to REI this evening. I always like to walk around there and look around. There was this backpack that I had my heart set on, but come to find out it just doesn't fit me right. It's actually a men's, and the sternum strap is not adjustable, so it goes straight across the chest, which does not work for me. So I can't get that one. It just doesn't fit right. They had a woman's one, you know, similar to Osprey is what I wanted. It's a little bit heavier. It was like 3 pounds, 2 ounces. The first one I looked at was 2 pounds something, but it was very comfortable and stuff. The woman's one I looked at was pretty comfortable. You know, they loaded it up at REI and stuff. They helped, you know, they're pretty good there. But like when you put them, when the men's one is loaded, you put it down on the ground, it stands up. The woman's one just flops right over. And I don't know, I think that's aggravating. I think if I've got a pack with a frame in it, that it should stand up by itself pretty well if you've got it packed right. But this one just kept flopping over, and that would drive me crazy. So you always got to lean it on something to get at it. It's just be too awkward. So I was a little disappointed. So I don't mean REI's, I guess I'll try Eastern Mountain Sports. I mean, I may not buy it there, but I want to get fitted there, and then I'll see if I can get it cheaper online. But actually some of the REI prices were the same as online. So that's my little rant. So I stopped at Wendy's on my way out here. And look at this cute little salad. It's a Caesar side salad. I got that, and a large thing of chili with cheese. And the whole thing only came to $4.60. I think that's pretty good. Hey guys. So I am at my stealth spot near work. Let me show you something. I have this flashlight. This is just a flashlight. Sometimes if I just need a little more light, I will put it up in this cargo net with it shining down, just to give me a little bit more light. This way I can have a little bit light on me without flash in my face. So officially it's going to get down to 13 tonight, so it'll be fun. My battery is on 95. Basically it took me all day to charge it. It was pretty low. I forget what it was on, but I was driving a lot today, so I charged it 4 or 5 different times. And I bent my curtain rod, the one up there in the front. I don't know if you can tell, but it's bent. Just when I was crawling back here, I got caught on the curtain and just pulled it down, and it just bent it again. I've done it more than once, so I need to replace that curtain rod. I'd like to use something else, like if I can use a bungee and stick it in that where I've got the paracord stuck in. If maybe I can stick a bungee in there. I don't know. I'd like to come up with a different idea for that. I had the heater on for a while, but it got too warm, so it's off. I will keep it handy. So, I forgot to tell you guys, like 2 or 3 months ago, I had my first police encounter. It was really weird. So where I live, there's it's adjacent to like a little shopping plaza with a big parking lot, which we are allowed to park in because the people that live near there are allowed to park in it. There's typically 5 or 6 cars in it overnight. So my friend Nick, the other van dweller I told you about, he was parked there because he didn't think he'd fit in my driveway. So it was kind of noisy. The neighbors were being noisy, so I parked across from him in the parking lot also. Now, granted, I can park there. That's, I've parked there, many times overnight. So we're both sleeping. And it's about 12:30 at night, and I hear this banging on the car, on the windows and stuff, saying hello, hello. And I was disoriented when I woke up, so I answered a little bit, like, yeah. Like, I assumed I was in my driveway, so I thought it was a kid, so I'm like, yeah. But, then it hit me, then I realized, no, I'm not in the driveway, so well, I looked at my phone, I'm like, okay, the kids would have called me, but nobody had called me. They first would have called me before they came and banging on the van. So they keep banging on the van. They didn't identify themselves, who they were. So there's basically just somebody banging on the van, shining a light in the windows, and trying to open my back hatch, which I thought was very sketchy. Like, get the hell away from my car, So I'm like, is this the neighbor? Who the hell is doing this? I wasn't even quite sure. And then while this is happening and I'm trying to decide whether I should answer them, my daughter calls me and she's like, Mom, why are the cops trying to get into your car? I'm like, oh my God, is that who it is? I wasn't sure. I was like, tell me, what are they doing now? She's like, okay, well, they're getting in their car now. They're looking at your license plate. And she says, okay, they're leaving now. So, I mean, I guess if they look at my license plate, they're going to see my address is right there. But I wasn't the only car in this lot. There was like 6 cars. And so I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to uncover my window, so tell me when I can back up. So she's like, okay, nobody's coming back up, once they left. So I just backed up and then I just pulled into my driveway, so I just thought that was so rude. First of all, if you're going to be banging on my door, you got to identify yourself. You can't just be banging on someone's door without saying, police, is anybody in there? So that was rude. I hate the police in my town. And I'm not usually like that, but I've had issues with them. Not me personally, but my kids. Some deserve, some not. So I pulled in my driveway. But the fact that they tried to get in the back hatch of all doors, it wasn't the driver's side or anything, it was the back door, the hatch. That just freaked me out, and I don't understand why, of all the cars, and my friend was parked in his white cargo van sleeping in it. They didn't bother him, because I was like gonna call him and like, are they at your door too? Because I couldn't see out because my windows were all covered. So then in the morning he's like, why'd you move last night? So I told him the story and he couldn't believe it. So I don't know. I mean, I think the neighbors were having a party upstairs. So I don't know if somebody was complaining about their noise, and I don't know. I have no idea to this day. It's a mystery to me why they would just be banging on my car. I mean, I'm sure there was condensation, so maybe they assumed somebody was in here, but... So, I was just so disoriented. I just didn't know whether I should answer. So now, each time when I park and I set up, I think, okay, what am I going to do if somebody bangs on the windows? I need to have it set in my head. Am I going to answer or not answer? And, most of the time, I'm not parked illegally, but I'm also on somebody's, business parking lot or whatever. So I would probably answer as long as they identify themselves. you know, and I would try to peek out or something, but it's so scary, and it makes you feel, you just feel so vulnerable and just like scared to be woken up out of a dead sleep and you're disoriented. So it's like, so I don't know, I didn't appreciate that. So I don't think I'll park in that parking lot anymore. So now we both just fit in my driveway when he wants to sleep over. When it's really cold out, I put this on. Sometimes it's hard to breathe if it's over my nose, but I can at least put it like that. It keeps me warm. And I keep this mask. I just keep it right here in the cargo net, right by my head and right by my hand, so I can easily find it. Leave it hanging a little bit. And just have this battery right next to me and handy. In the electric blanket plug, I stick in this hole in the box, so I can just get at it real easy. I really don't even need it right now. And I got my toilet set up. I already used it tonight, and I just put this cover on it. And it's literally right by my head. And I'm telling you, it doesn't even smell. It smells perfumey from the cat litter. It's great. That cat litter works good. Let me show it to you. It's that new Tidy Cats clumping litter lightweight. You know how cat litter is so heavy? Well, they made this stuff special so it's light. So it's easy to handle this container. It's a nice container, actually. So, I mean, that will... I went through one so far. Let's see, I've been using this toilet for, what, 3 months? So one of these, I think, lasts me at least 3 months. Because I just put maybe a cup and a half of it in the bag. And I have a double bag. And these are the bags that I've been using from Market Basket. Just twist tie garbage bag. There's 30 in here. They're 4-gallon bags. I think I paid $2 for this box, but I do double it up just to be safe. So it's much cheaper than getting the actual toilet bags, and they're not too bad. I can't get it right now, but I also got one of those folding shovels, you know, that you keep in your car. So I got one of those under the bed in case I get plowed in somewhere and have to shovel out a little bit. And I still haven't... We were going to work on the kitchen today, but he wasn't feeling good, so I gave him the day off. But I do have some of my food still back here in my cooler. I haven't had to turn it on, but I do have it back here. Oh, and because this back window covering never stays up, so I have my hiking pole just kind of wedged in there. So it keeps it from falling down. Someday I gotta give you guys a tour of this again. It's a little different than it used to be, but not too much to it. Good morning, YouTube. Well, it is 12 degrees outside, and it is 20 degrees in here. It's 4:30 in the morning. The night was okay. About midnight, 12:30, I plugged in the electric blanket, and that worked well. Except I didn't take the time to kind of spread it out over me. It was just kind of on the side. So next time I really need to spread it out over me before I go to sleep. And that would have been even warmer. But I was worried about using up all my battery because I don't think I'll have a chance to charge it today. So let's see. It's on 49. When I first unplugged it, it said 34, so it's going up a little bit. So maybe I'll just take a little drive so I can charge it after work today. And I have my heater on high just to probably lay in bed here for another 15 minutes or so and then head to the gym. So I survived a cold night. This is the only thing that bothers me is my shoulders. Alright, well, I will talk to you later.